Alright team, we're back. It's your boy. We're in the studio today. I'd like to start off by saying a massive thank you to you guys. Thanks so much for all your support on my song. It's been so humbling, honestly. Like, we created a wave. All you guys were sharing, liking, commenting, and honestly, every little bit means so much to me and it makes such a difference. Basically, my future, whether I make it or not, is in your guys' hands. Today, we're just going to be discussing my song Disappear and how I got that song from the demo stage to the next level, like finished product. In the demo stage, I just done like a one-take vocal. The beat wasn't really mixed. It was quite bland in a way. We gotta get that zest, so I'm gonna be discussing a few key elements that help that song go from 0 to 100. Just to start off, I've got a project open with both the demo version and the final version loaded up. I'm gonna play the demo version first and the final version so you guys can see the difference.
Do a lot this year. I take a leave off work, or we can just disappear. And you been through a lot this year. Take a leave off work, or we can just disappear. Yeah. Your matching size just a show. Let me my girl.
Okay, it's pretty embarrassing. And this is the final version here.
You've been through a lot this year. I'm taking leave off work so we can just disappear. And you've been through a lot this year. I'm taking leave off work so we can just disappear. Matching size just to show you are my girl, you should know.
Okay, big difference there. Massive difference. One thing that I noticed from that demo was the dynamics between the verse and the chorus didn't really change, which is a big no-no. We can't have the verse here and the chorus here. It will be quite boring for you as a listener. Even if the verse is here, the chorus should go up, or it could even come down. Like, either way, it's creating something new for your ears, like something interesting. Okay, so this is the beat here. First element I want to talk to you guys about is the percussion. So I'm just going to solo my drum track, which is this one here. In terms of percussion, Disappear was like, had a good groove and everything, but it was just lacking something. So I grabbed just a clap, there's this one here. I chucked in this MIDI pattern and came up with this. And this actually, yeah, you can't really hear it in the beat, you more feel it, but it makes a big difference. So just try listen carefully and see if you can hear this. So without, and with. Just gets that groove going, you know? The processing on this clap was also very important. My beat was quite mono at the time, so it was right down the center of the stereo field, which is all good, but I just wanted to get it a bit wider and more in your face. I chucked a delay on here. This is a really wide delay. It's taking that clap and just putting some echoes really wide on the left and right side of your ears. That's what it sounds like here. Without the delay. And with the delay. Just makes it more wide. I also chucked a side chain on this. So without. And then with the kickstart plug-in on it. It's just like kind of pulsing with the beat, you know, which is what we want. Second element I like to discuss with you guys is just the synth that comes in the chorus. So from the pre-chorus to the chorus, that's where we're wanting to gain more momentum, make that dynamic change as I was saying. So obviously I added a few more layers, the percussion being one of them, and this synth here being another layer. So this is an omnisphere sound. Just, yeah, juicy, I love it, with the beat. Next element that I like to talk about is the bass. Going between the pre-chorus and the chorus, we have two different basses. So the first bass being this one here, which is just like a Nexus bass. It's nice, but we needed a bit more energy in the chorus, so we changed that up again, and I went to an 808. And it's just like a bit harder, you know? You can feel that groove with it, and with the kick it sounds even better. Of course I sidechained this, and I've talked about this in my previous video, so you guys can check that out if you want to hear. Basically just every time the kick hits, the 808 ducks down to give it room. The other elements I'm going to discuss are actually in the vocals. In terms of my vocals, I was listening to a few reference mixes, which is always good if you want to get your mixes good. Just choose a track you like, listen to it real hard, analyze it, and then see what you can translate to your track to make your track sound better. One thing I noticed is that the vocals on my track were quite narrow down the center, but I wanted something a bit wider. I kept my main vocal down the middle, but in order to change up the dynamic between the verse and the chorus, in the chorus, I had a high vocal that was split. So it's an octave up, and it's also wider in the mix, so it's more in your face. Here's a main vocal.
And you've been through a lot this year. I'm taking leave off work so we can just disappear.
And here is that high chorus vocal that I split.
You've been through a lot this year. I'm taking leave off work so we can just disappear.
So neither of them sound that great on their own, but together.
And you've been through a lot this year. I'm taking leave off work so we can just disappear.
Together it sounds quite nice. So I'll just go over the processing for the high vocals. Obviously I had to tune it first quite heavily because I'm not that great at singing that high. Spitfish is just to take out the tss, tss, and p, and tss sounds in your vocals. I compressed it a couple of times, put a delay on it, reverb, and then the stereo shaper just delays the sound from coming to one ear, so it just splits the track and makes it real wide. I EQ'd it like this, get it like nice and breathy. I wanted it nice and breathy, so lots of highs in there. And basically the same thing with this, except it's not split. That's my main vocal. Another important element in the chorus was these like na na nas, which I decided on doing just to give it a like bit of a lift in the chorus, you know. Flip. You can even hear the cicadas in the background, eh? Home recording studios is the way to go. And then I laid it with this one, which is just an octave up. So together. And for these na na nas, I actually split both of them. So I made both of them wide as well, and that just added to the width of the track. So I've got my main vocals down the middle, and then my high vocals wide and my na-na-nas wide. There's a few ad-libs that are wide, but the verses are all in the middle. But when it got to the chorus, the vocals kind of opened up. I'll just go between a verse and a chorus and you guys can see what I mean.
You fought for your goals, you should know that I'm proud. You've been through a lot this year.
So you can feel it, how it opens up a bit, and there was just great dynamic change, you know? Thanks so much for watching. There's more to come. Stay tuned. Thanks again for all your support. God bless.